पिता है, तू ही माता, तू ही पिता है, तू ही माता, तू ही पिता है, तू ही माता, तू ही पिता है, तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम, तेरा मेरा, तेरा मेरा, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम, तेरा मेरा, तेरा मेरा, तू ही बिगाड़े, तू ही संवारे, 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 इस जग के सारे काम, तेरा मेरा, तेरा मेरा, तू ही जगदाता,
गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपितजम्बू फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सामां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सामां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा समस्त जन कल्याण निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः लोकाभिरामम् रणरङ्गधीरम् राजीवनेत्रम् रघुवंशनाथम् कारुण्यरूपम् रघुवंशनाथम् श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठम् वातात्मजं वानरयूथ मुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
मंगल भवन मंगलहारी द्रवहु सदशरथ अजिर बिहारी
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
रघुकुल दीति सदा चली आई प्राण जाए बरु वचन न जाए
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
बिनु सत्संग में देख न होई राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
राम कथा के ते अधिकारी जिनके सत्संग गति अति प्यारी
श्री राम जय
जगति विवेकु राम नाम अवलंबन एकु।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
कर्म प्रधान विश्व करि राखा जो जस करई सो दस फल चाखा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
एहि सन हठि करी हऊ पहचानी साधुत होई न कारज हानि।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
होई सोई जो राम रचि राखा को करि तड़ तब गावै साखा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। One or two lines from Ganga Stotram. देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी करवत रंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरलत रंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे।
शंकर मौली और निर्मले।
शंकर
और निर्मले मम मतिरास्ता तव पद कमले।
मम मतिरास्ता तव पद कमले।
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरलत रंगे।
त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे।
जय जय गंगे Jaya Har
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Har Gange.
Jaya Jaya Ganga, Jaya Har Ganga.
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Har Gange.
Jaya Jaya Ganga, Jaya Har Ganga.
Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Har Gange.
बोलिए गंगा मैया की जय. Okay, so if you're joining us for the first time tonight, we are seeing this Uttara Kanda of Sri Ram Charitamanas. Uttara Kanda is last Kanda, and there are so many wonderful topics in here. Yesterday, when we left it, we saw Bhagavan Sri Ram coming from Lanka after having removed that Ravana. And actually, because it was Diwali time when I came here, we had seen this on the first day also. Everybody received Bhagavan Sri Ram with all the festal lamps and all the pomp and show of, a grand welcome. And I told you those type of things are very, very meaningful in our life, personal life. In the final analysis, it is our personal life and its evolution that matters. It matters for our own joy also. It matters for the improvement and evolution of society, because it is individuals that make up a society. And if one individual evolves, the society has evolved. This is the first thing. Second thing is, if one tree is growing here and one tree is growing over here, this tree does not make this tree grow, isn't it? This tree has to send its own roots down below, and he has to take up its own water and own nutrients and own things from and take its own sunlight. He doesn't say, hey, you're taking a lot of sunlight, please give me some. That evolution of that tree is dependent on the tree itself. In human beings, our evolution, you see, they say you can take the horse to water, but you cannot make him, isn't it? Our evolution depends on us. And I told on one of the previous days that all of us have to take personal responsibility for that. And sankalpa, this sankalpa word is a big word. Please remember this. Or other words which are related, which you all know, it is called vrata. Vrata word, upavas. All such words you heard before. All these are related words. So some form of these words should be in our life. Take a vow, oath, vrata, upavas, or some sankalpa, like that. Very, very important. Otherwise, we will go nowhere. We will reach nowhere. So, Bhagwan Ram is coming. People here are all worried. He has sent no message. Last night we saw. He's already set out, but he sent Hanumanji ahead. And I told you Hanumanji is the harbinger of joy. He brings joy throughout Ramayana. And it is worthwhile spending our life like that. Doing what? Bringing joy. Wherever we go. Not whenever we go. Bring joy wherever we go. The wonderful example of Hanumanji we should take. All right. Now Hanumanji leaves, telling Bharat, my dear Bharat, you don't worry, Bhagavan Ram is coming. And Ram prana priyanath tumha. Ram loves you more than his own life. Bhagavan loves Bharat more than his own life, Hanumanji tells, and leaves with that message. Now Bharat leaves that Nandigram. I don't know if you know. Bharatkund is sometimes called Nandigram, just outside Ayodhya. Those of you who have been. Our last trip there, we had gone there, taken this whole big group. He was living just outside. He was not living in that Ayodhya itself. So now Bharat left at Nandigram after hearing this wonderful news from Hanumanji, and he came to the city of Ayodhya. Harashi Bharata Kosalapura Aye, with great joy. Now, you get good news. Actually, you could tell by looking at how a person approaches, you could tell he's bringing good news or bad news. When he's bringing good news, he's coming with a jolly gait of an elephant, isn't it? When he's bringing bad news, droopy shoulders, Happily, he came to Ayodhya now to tell everybody the great news. There are some people who are good at acting. They're bringing good news, but they come with a sad face. Some people like to play nice tricks and all that. Anyway, it's all in fun only. Samachara Gurahi Sunai. See, Bharat comes there and he breaks the news first to whom? Gurahi, to the gurus who were there in the palace, who were there in Ayodhya. Guru Vasishta, Vamadev Ityati, whoever had come. He breaks the news to him. Gurahi only Tulsidashi tells. Just now he'll give some other names, all who were there. So he breaks the news first to the Guru. It's not that we break the news to everybody and, oh, we forgot Guruji. That is how we usually live our life. We enjoy like anything. Oh, we forgot Guruji. We should have told Guruji also. After the fact, no. Puni mandir mahu baat janai avat nagar kusala ragurai. Then he told to everybody else in the palace. Oh no, Bhagwan Ram is coming. Surata Sakala Janani Uthi Thai. Means the mother, Queen Mother is hearing that Bhagwan Ram is returning. All of them got up and ran. To this Ramayana, Tulsidashi describes so vividly. When you hear some such good news, we don't sit down and say, Acha, theek hai, let him come. What? Everybody got up and ran. It's so clear. You can see the picture. When they heard this news, they started running helter skelter everywhere. No, okay, get this, get that. Like we used to know when Puja Gurudev used to return to the ashram. Gurudev is going, oh, all brahmachari is buzzing everywhere. And our manager is to tell, Jairamji is to tell, you brahmachari tell me, you don't stand in front. Because once I had stood in front and I was so skinny, when Gurudev saw me first, he asked Jairamji, what happened? You're not feeding my brahmacharis or what? So after that, Jairamji said, you don't stand in front, you stand behind. Gurudev should not see you first. Anyway, so now everybody ran everywhere. Sunata Sakala Janani Uti Thai. Health mothers ran everywhere. Kai Prabhu Kusala Bharata Samu Jai, and joy spread everywhere. Samachar Puravasina Pai, all the people of Ayodhya now, they also got the message. Bhagwan Shri Ram is coming. Tulsidashi described this as Doha number 3. If you have your book there, Ka. 3 has Ka, Kha, Ga. So Ka. See. There's joy going on here. So let us sing also have a little bit of joy. When you sing with joy, like that. Harshita with great joy, good the gurus, the Brahmanas, Guru, Parijana, all the devotees, people in the palace. Anuja means Bharat along with now this Shatrughna. Anuja, you hear me? Shatrughna. Yeah? Bhusara, all the Brahmanas, Vrinda Samet, in groups, all of them together now. Chale Bharatamana Premati, with great love, going to meet now, walking ahead to meet Bhagwan Ram because they heard he is coming. We go to meet like that. The natural response also. We don't say, okay, ठीक है, थोड़ा चाय पी लीजिए और इंतजार करेंगे भाई आएगा. Not like that. That he's coming, let's drink some chai and wait. They all run there too. That like anything that brings joy in our heart, we get up and we go there. We don't wait. Sanmukha Kripaniki. Going to meet Bhagwan Shri Ram face to face. Bhagwan Ram. Now on Ram's side. Iha bhanu kula kamala dikvakar kapinasa dekhavan nagar manohar. He was coming. And he was coming in that Pushpak Viman. And he said that he fit all these monkeys and all, Nal, Neel, Jamad, everybody under Pushpak Viman, they were coming. And then he was giving them. That is a mantra-operated drone. They were coming in that thing. We still have battery-operated drone, mantra-operated drone. And he was telling, look at, this is my Ayodhya. Sunukapi Angad Lankes to Sugriva, to Angad, to Vibhishan. He was telling all that. Pavanapuri Ruchiraya Desa. This is my most holy and divine city of Ayodhya. Bhagwan Ram was very proud of this Ayodhya. And there's a whole section, Tulsidashi writes here about this Ayodhya. But from Valmiki Ramayana, there's a very famous line, famous verse about Ayodhya. I'll chant this, where Bhagwan Ram tells to Lakshmana. See this, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Api Swarnamayi Lanka Name Lakshmana Rochate.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Janani Janma Bhumischa Swadadapi Gariyasi.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bhagwan Ram tells to Lakshmana, Api Swarnamayi Lanka, even though Lanka is paved with gold, the sidewalk of Lanka was paved with gold. Even the sidewalk. Even though this Lanka is paved with gold, Swarnamayi Lanka, Name Lakshmana Rochate. My dear Lakshmana, I really have no interest in that Lanka. Because Janani, Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. Because mother and motherland, they are greater than Swarga also. Swarga means in Swarga. We can't translate. Actually, let me I also encourage you to stop translating all of these words into English. Swarga means Swarga, yes. Don't translate it. Wrong translation. All these translations which we use. But mother and motherland surpasses Swarga also. Bhagavan Ram tells to Lakshmana. And here he tells Tulsidas. That's the Valmiki Ramayana. Here Tulsi Ramayana, see. यद्यपि सब बैकुंठ बखाना
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
वेद पुराण विदित जगु जाना
श्री राम जय राम
अवधपुरी मम प्रिय नहीं सो
श्री राम जय राम
यहाँ प्रसंग जानई को
श्री राम जय राम
जन्मभूमि मम पुरी सुहावन
श्री राम जय राम
उत्तर दिशि वहाँ सरजू पावन
श्री राम जय राम
अति प्रिय मोय यहाँ के बासी
श्री राम जय राम
मम धाम दापुरी सुरासी
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
जय रघुराम
जय रघुराम
जय सीताराम
जय सीताराम
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय. Equivalent in Tulsi Ramayana of the Valmiki Ramayana verse. Jadyapi sab vaikunt bakhana Ved Purana vidit jagu jana. Even though the whole world and all the Vedas and Puranas and everything speak so well, so loftily about Vaikunt. All of them speak about Vaikunt. Even so, Avadhapuri samapriya nahi so. There is no place which I love more than Ayodhya. Bhagavan Sri. No wonder you see our present Indian government is building the most wondrous monument you will find on the earth. Now it's going on in Ayodhya. When it is finished, all of you should go for darshan. We are all looking forward. Let us see. Avadhapuri. Mama Priya nahi ko. No place is loved by me like this Ayodhya. Bhagavan Sri Ram is telling, even Vaikunt. Yaha prasanga janai ko. This says some people, they understand this. But I love this Ayodhya. Ati priyamo iha ke basi. Not only that, Bhagavan tells one more thing. I don't know if you know this in Ramayana. That I love the people of Ayodhya. Mama dhamada. Puri Sukha Rashi. Whoever lives in it is said, who dies in Kashi, Bhagavan Shiva chants Ram Nam in their air. Whoever dies in Kashi. And when they're dying, Bhagavan Shiva chants Ram Nam in their air. And then they get mukti. But Bhagavan Ram is telling, whoever lives in this Ayodhya, not die, lives, get mukti. And it is also said that when he was leaving this earth, he took with him all the people of Ayodhya. Everybody went to Bhagavan Ram to Saket. This is the stories coming out of Ayodhya. So how much love. And in the tradition, Janani Janma Bhumischa is a very famous line. Mother and motherland. We never, we always think there's some reason why Bhagwan brought me there, isn't it? So even if I'm living somewhere else, but I should always be thinking, I can do something for motherland. And Janani and Janma Bhumi, they're like one and same for a Hindu. So Bhagwan Sri Ram extolling the virtues of Ayodhya. Then he reaches now. This is from the air. He telling all the monkeys and everybody who is bringing there. Then he commands that Pushpaka Viman to come down. And they all came out from the Pushpaka Viman. And Bhagwan Sri Ram, if you see number 4, Kha, Uttari, Kaheu Prabhu, Pushpakahi. After coming out from that Pushpaka Viman, that chariot, aerial chariot, what I call just now a drone, Tuma Kuberahi Pahi Jahu. And now you go back to Kuber. He told that Pushpak Viman, now you go back to Kuber. Predita Ram Chale So. And that Pushpak Viman left. See the next line of Tulsidashi is because of the Bhakti Granth, you see this also. Harashi Birahu Atitahu. Pushpak Viman left with great joy to go back to his master, who was Kuber. And at the same time, he left with great sorrow. Now, it's two emotions in the mind at the same time. Great joy to go back to my master, but great sorrow to leave Ram. Pushpak Viman left like that. And in the Doha, when we read them, so many things to think about. One is, Bhagwan Sri Ram. Now see, how modern society operates and how human beings think with insufficient thinking or not complete thinking, incomplete thinking. Incomplete thinking is what? Bhagwan Sri Ram went there and conquered Ravan. At the time, Ravan possessed this Pushpak Viman. So now when we conquer that kingdom, whatever we get, now whatever is there in that kingdom, that belongs to the conqueror, isn't it? That is how you rule. But see how Bhagwan Sri Ram is so forward thinking and so broad minded. Ravan had stolen this Pushpak Viman from Kuber. So you are taking something which he stole. So now that Pushpak Viman came, brought him to Ayodhya. Now he said, he did not give that Pushpak Viman to Vibhishan, who is the new king. This Pushpak Viman, you go back to Kuber. I think the world is slowly waking up to these things which they had stolen. There's hope of getting back Kohinoor. Lately, more hope. Anyway, so, but humanity is slowly realizing the thing belongs to somebody else. And so Bhagwan, see that time, how Bhagwan already is forward thinking. We had to take 10,000 years to come to that understanding. And we don't know if it's fully committed. Bhagwan alighted. Came, descended from that Pushpak Viman and came down on the soil outside Ayodhya. And he rushed forth, and the people of Ayodhya also rushed forth to meet him. Aye, Bharata Sangha Sabaloga. Bharat and all the people of Ayodhya, including all the gurus and the Kristana Shri Raghubir Yoga, with lean, skinny bodies, suffering the pangs of separation from Bhagwan Sri Ram. All of them rushed forth. Vamadeva Vasishta Muni Nayak. Vamadev Rishi, Vasishta Muni, and all the great rishis, Muni Nayak. Dekhe Prabhu Mahi Dhari Dhanu Sayak. Bhagwan saw them coming. Vamadev Rishi, Vasishta Muni, Brahmanas all in front. They with Bharat and Bhagwan Ram coming from the other side. First response of Bhagwan Ram, put down bow and arrow. And if you're going to meet enemies, you need bow and arrow. If you're going to meet gurus and mahatmas, why you need bow and arrow? He put them down immediately and ran forward to meet all of them. Thai Thare Guru Charana Saro Guruha. And the first response is to fall flat on the feet of the Guru Vasishta. Anuja Sahita Ati Pulakas Tado Atano Guruha. With her hair standing on end, Lakshmana and Bhagwan Ram fell on the feet of the great sage Vasishta. Sakala Dujana, Mili, Nayavu Mata, and then bowing the head. Now it goes a long section, goes there, all the meeting, everybody meeting, and then finally, see, first you'll meet the gurus and brahmanas and teachers and all in front of them, Bharati meeting. And the whole story really surrounds Bhagwan Ram meeting Bharat because describes when he meets. This is, now you see some several after, now what number will be there? Several chandas are there. This is the third chanda. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana
Daruram Navakanjalochana Kanjamukakara Kanjapada
Jata Kripanidhi Kusala Bharata Hi Bachana Bedina Avai Suno Seva So Sukha Bachana Mana Inna Jana Jo Pavahi Ab Kusala Kausala Nath Arath Jani Janadar Sanadiyo Burat Berahaba Risa Kripani Than Mohi Kar Gahiliyo
Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakanjalochana Kanjamukakara Kanjapada Kanjarunam
Bhujata Kripani Nidhi Kusala Bharatahi Bachana Begina Avai. Bhagwan brought Bharat to his heart and asked Bharat, how are you? Bharat could not talk. What to say? When the Ganga reaches the ocean, then all the Gurudev used to, or Puja Gurudev used to say, Ganga is gurgling and screaming and rushing and coming down from Himalayas. But when Ganga reaches ocean, then what? All noise stops. No, Bharat cannot speak. Bhagwan asks, how are you? Suno Seva. Now see, Tulsidas has such a wonderful mechanism. Now see how many things are happening at the same time. This story is being told by Tulsidas to all of us. Simultaneously, the story is being told by Lord Shiva to Parvati ji. Simultaneously, the story is being told by Yajnavalkya ji to Bharadwaj Muni. Simultaneously, the story is being told by Kagbhushundi to Garud. So now, when Tulsidas ji comes to the point where Bharat meets Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan asks, Bharat, how are you? Bharat cannot speak. And Tulsidas ji is moved by emotion. He also, what you will say? How are you? How you will describe? There are certain things in life which you cannot describe. Sometimes they're not very complex things or simple things we cannot describe. Suppose some alien comes and he tastes sugar for the first time, and the other alien calls him there. How is the taste of that sugar? What he'll tell? Because in his alien world, there is no sugar. What he'll tell? He can't tell anything. So here, when this feeling of the jiva merging with Paramatma there, when Tulsidas is describing to us now, Bharat met Bhagwan Ram, that is that feeling. So quickly, Tulsidas ji leaves the story and he tells, Suno Shiva, listen Parvati. In other words, now he puts words in the mouth of Lord Shiva. Tulsidas ji is not telling anymore. No, Lord Shiva. And how Lord Shiva is describing that meeting now. Suno Shiva, listen, O Parvati. So sukh, that joy of Bharat meeting Bhagwan Ram. So sukh, bachan nate bhinna jan jo pavai. Means that joy, bachan manate bhinna, is beyond speech and mind. The joy which Bharat experiences there is beyond speech and mind. It cannot be conceptualized by mind. And since it cannot be conceptualized by the mind, it cannot be spoken by the vak, bachan. And this is the description. It is a descriptionless description. Meaning to say, if in Sanskrit, the word for that is anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniya means cannot be described. This jiva meeting Ishvara. Te bhinna jana jo pave. That line is also very. Only the one who knows, he knows the joy and he cannot tell it to anybody. Bharat only knows the joy. So Tulsidas ji backs out. He puts the words in the mouth of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva also backs out because he says, I cannot describe to you, only Bharat knows. Everybody backs out to describe that joy. Then Bharat, after some time, he came back to ordinary consciousness. And then he tells Prabhu, now, Arata Jani, you knew that I was suffering in this ocean of separation from you. You knew, and you came like a boatman to pull me out. So how can I not be good? Because of you, I am good. If anybody is good, see, what do we become good by, and how means what makes us feel good and what makes us feel happy and all of that sort of thing is what will determine our spirituality. If Bhagwan makes me feel good and happy, my spirituality is elevated. If some worldly things make me feel good and elevated, my spirituality is very poor. I should feel good only because of Bhagwan only. So there are so many ways to measure our spirituality. All individual person. And we're not good at measuring our spirituality. We are good at measuring our other people's spirituality. We should measure our own spirituality. Don't think of how this one or that one. Anyway, now this was the first meeting. Bhagwan Ram met the gurus and met Bharat, and now all the brothers and now Sita ji and the mothers and everybody, a big meeting came there now, everybody meeting each other after 14 years of separation. That story, you can go. Now, Mother Tulsidas ji also takes time to write every little detail about everything. There's one chaupai here. Mothers will be mothers, no matter what happens. When Bhagwan Ram came and mothers looked at him, there's joy. Everybody has joy. Everybody has so much joy to meet Bhagwan Ram. After the joy is over, the mother is looking at Bhagwan Ram and thinking, this skinny little fellow conquered Ravan? Tulsidas ji writes that also. How this skinny little fellow conquer Ravan? Mothers are always thinking, no matter what happens, mother, did you eat beta? Like that. Same sort of Hridaya Vichar. This is just before number 7. One chapai. Hridaya Vicharati Barahi Bara Kavana Bhati Lankapati Mara. How he killed this Lankapati, this Ravan? So no matter what achievement and which status that son has reached, That mother still, my beta, not duble patle. Ravan ko mara. Ati sukumar jugal mere bare. So soft and tender they are. How do you ever? Nisichara, Subhatam, Ha, Balam, Bhari. They kill these big Rakshasas and all like that. But Ramayana is full of many things like this. You will go and see. Muni Raghupati Sakha Bolaye. Muni Pada Lagahu Sakala Sikhai. Muni Raghupati Sab Sakha. Now see Bhagwan Ram also. A great teacher and one who sets the example. And he said it is best to teach by example rather than to teach by words, Bhagwan Ram prostrates to the Guru and the Brahmanas and everybody there. And then now he has all his friends he had brought with him, Nal, Neel, Jamwant, Sugriv, Angad, Ityadi, all of them he brought. Hanumanji. And he tells all of them, this is my Guru. Because of his blessing only, we are able to conquer that Ravan. Now all of you prostrate to this Guru. But he prostrates first. He did not stand there and tell, oh, no, you go and prostrate. We see a lot of that also. We teach by example. And he tells all of these. And they go and they prostrate. All the monkeys and all. Then comes the part which we saw already, which I will not tell. We saw that on the first day. Then comes the part where all the people of Ayodhya lit all the lamps and get all the decorations. And Bhagwan he alighted on the outskirts of the city. And now he is walking in towards the city. And that is how the Diwali thing. And we saw that on that day. Huh? Okay. Now, the Gurus tell, Bhagwan Sri Ram came and the Gurus told, it is best that we do the coronation. See, good things they say, we should not wait. We should get to it right away. Isn't it? So the Gurus told, it is an auspicious time. We should do the coronation. And one more thing which is coming inside of there, very nice thing. When he came to the palace, Bhagwan Ram first went to the, see, this is after number 9. See this. I want you to see how thoughtful and how considerate and how aware Bhagwan Ram is. Just after number 9. Prabhu Jani ke kaila Jani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Prathamta sugriha gaye bhavani.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Dahi prabodhi bahut sukh deenha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Puni nij bhavan gavan hari keena.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Prabhu Jani. I see Tulsidas uses the Jani word. Jani word means he was very much aware. He knew. And awareness is an insignia of human existence. Awareness. Being aware all the time what we do, where we place our foot, where the mind goes. Awareness. So Bhagwan, Prabhu Jani, kai la Jani. That, see, so far, the description is given. Bharat, along with all the Brahmanas and the Gurus and all of them, they all went forth to meet Bhagwan Sri Ram. Bhagwan Sri Ram is coming there with all the monkeys and this and that. So there is no mention anywhere of Kaikai. Big celebration is going on. There is no mention of Kaikai. Bhagwan knew. Say what he knew. Kaikai lajani. Kaikai was ashamed. Mm. So he's aware, acutely aware of this. So then, in order to remove that, what Bhagavan does, Prathama tasu griha gaye Bhavani. Oh Bhavani, Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati ji, see my Ishtadev Ram. That's what he means to say. He's explaining to Parvati, look at my Ishtadev Ram. When he comes to Ayodhya, the first palace he goes to is Kaikai's palace. That's what Lord Shiva means to say when Tulsidaji introduces, because Rama is his Ishtadevta. See my Ishtadevta. How acutely aware and considerate and compassionate he is. When he comes to Ayodhya, he leaves his own mother's palace, but he goes to Kaikai's palace to remove that all apprehension she had in her mind, to relieve her of her feeling of guilt and her feeling of shame and what all things. And Tulsidaji describes as Tahi Prabodhi, both Sukadina, and explained to her very nicely. It is not your Prabodhi means he explained to her very nicely. It is not your fault. You don't feel guilty for anything. See, just now we chanted. Hoi soi jo Ram rachi rakha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Ko kari tark badhave sakha.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
This is a very famous line of Ramcharitmanas. What it says? Hoi hi soi jo Rama rachi rakha. Only that will happen which is ordained, willed by Bhagwan Shri Ram. Ko kari tark badhave sakha. Why go on weaving fanciful arguments and imaginations and all other things? No need to go on weaving. You just remember, only that will happen which is ordained by Bhagwan Ram. So Bhagwan Prabodhi, he brought wisdom to Kaikai like this. My dear, you don't hold yourself responsible for anything and feel guilty. And people ask us, Swamiji, what about personal responsibility for our actions? People ask those type of questions. And when something is already gone, what do you do? When it is gone, already gone, you say, well, it had to happen like that. Any redress that a human being has after that is not really redress. That is that fanciful word for revenge. You please pay attention to that. A true devotee cannot have one iota of revenge in his heart. Redress rarely is a dressed up word for revenge. When, like for example, our justice system and all of that which we have now, if this fellow has killed, then we have to kill him. Right? That is called as. And Bhagavan Sri Ram never operated like that. You don't take revenge. Bhagavan Sri Ram gave to the last breath, he gave Bali chance. Isn't it? To the last breath, he gave Ravan chance. There's no such feeling of revenge. That is not there. It is just like this. If the doctor finds some cancerous spot, they first try to treat, isn't it? You treat, you do all the things that you can do. Finally, if it cannot be treated, then only you remove it, isn't it? That should always be the last resort. This is dharma. So, Bhagwan Prabodhi. Now see, this word is a big word. This is a Sanskrit word also. So he explained to Kaikeyi very nicely, you don't feel anything. And in this way, he said, Tulsidas writes, Bahut Sukh Dina. He brought great joy to Kaikeyi. In other words, from that day onwards, Kaikeyi did not feel anything bad. See, Bhagavan says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srajami aham. I comfort when there is a decline of dharma. And then what? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam. Bhagavan is, he is the one who comes forth swatma maya, yeah, by his own maya. And he is the one who has written the whole skit. Bhagavan has written the skit. What is that? The lines for the skit. He writes it. He says, I've come by my own Maya power and I come to conduct things in a certain way. So if he has to be exiled to the forest for 14 years, that will be determined by who? It will be determined by Rama only, isn't it? Not by Kaikeyi. Because hoi hi soi jo Ram rachi rakha. That only will happen which is ordained by Ram only. So this a nice explanation and all he gave to his Kaikeyi and removed all her sorrow and brought so much of joy. Then only, after going to Kaikeyi's place, then he went to his own place only. So first to Kaikeyi, but what a perceptiveness and what awareness and what finesse in his consciousness to see, okay, this something has to be addressed here before I. This is a hallmark of great sages and saints and mahatmas and avatars and all that. There's a finesse in their awareness. I remember in some thing I was reading about Gandhiji, who at a meeting with Count Mountbatten also, when the Count of England came, while they were meeting and talking like this in a room all together, Gandhiji got up out and went outside and took a handful of grass and fed his goat and came back. But he also, no matter if I'm meeting the king or the representative of the king, I think the goat also has to be remembered. That's simple thing. So he fed and came back. But the idea is, wherever we learn it from, we have to learn to be acutely aware. That is the idea. And Bhagavan Ram is demonstrating this very nicely. Then, Kripa Sindhu Java Mandir Gaye, Pur Nar Nari Sukhi Sava Bhaye. Bhagavan came to his palace and all brought joy to everybody in Ayodhya. Guru Vasishta Dvija Liye Bulai. Guru Vasishta called all the Brahmanas and all the gurus and all the people who were there. Aaj Sugari Sudina Samudai. Means today is an auspicious day. Actually, we say, Kavi Sahib used to say, what is that? Kal kare so, aaj kare so, ab. Yes. What has to be done tomorrow, do it today. And what has to be done today, do it. But Guru Vasishta invokes this wonderful thing. And he tells there's no better time than present. Get going. He sent them now everywhere. Sabadvija Dev Harashi Anusasani gave them commands. Ramachandra Baitahi Singhasan. We have to put Rama on the Singhasan now, on his throne. So you go and get all the required things for this coronation. And of course, they have to print nice invitation and all that. COVID has done a nice thing actually, save some of all this big paper that we used to print, you know. When you get a wedding invitation, wow, pray. All you want is the date and place. What is this thick paper with this envelope and this thing and that? And after you get the date and the place, then what you will do now? But human beings are known for extravagance, isn't it? So now, today only I received one again, so it came, you click here. And all that fancy thing comes up now on your computer. So there's less wastage and all the other things. Well, they had very effective means. Now see, this is Ayodhya. They have to invite all the devatas also. Tulsidas describes all the devatas also came there. That also, they also had wireless communication. Because in Indra Lok, whichever Lok they are, Swarga Lok, this Lok, that Lok, they have to tell everybody. So they invited all of them. If we start asking how, somebody had direct connection. All the devatas, all of them came there. Tulsidas describes after number 11. प्रभु बिलो की मुनि मन अनुरागा
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
तुरत दिव्य सिंहासन मागा
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
रवि सम तेज सोबर लीन जाई
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
बैठे राम द्विजन सिरु नाई
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
जनक सुता समेत रघुराई
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
देखे हर्ष मुनि दाई
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
देखी प्रहर्ष मुनि समुदाय
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
वेद मंत्र तब द्विजन उचारे
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
नव सुर मुनि जय जयति पुकारे
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
श्री राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
जय रघुराम
Jai Raghurama
जय सीताराम
Jai Sita Rama
श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय प्रभु बिलो की मुनि मन अनुरागा Bhagwan Sri Ram entered that coronation hall there, and everybody, Tulsidas is this description. When they saw him, Prabhu Biloki, Muni, great love flooded the heart of everybody present. Turata Divya Singhasana Maga, and they called for that divine throne for Bhagwan Sri Ram to sit on. And Ravi Samate Jaso Baranina Jai, Bhagwan shone more than his sun also. You couldn't describe his beauty and resplendence. Then Vaithe Rama Dvijana Siru Nai, and bowing at all the munis' feet, Bhagwan Sri Ram, Janaka Suta Samet, Vaithe Ram, sat on that throne with Sita ji. Raghurai Peki Praharashe Muni Samudai, bringing joy to all the munis, rishis, and all the people of Ayodhya. Veda mantra taba dvijana uchare navasur muni jay jayati pukare, chanting Jai Sri Ram, chanting Vedic mantras, and so many different things. They installed Bhagwan Sri Ram on that throne. The gods, the Vedas incarnated and came there. All of them, the Devatas, we should not say gods also. The Devatas incarnated and came there. The Vedas incarnated and came there. And all of them went on praising Bhinna Bhinna Astuti Kari Gaye. Suran, Nijan, Nijadham. And then chanting and praising Bhagavan Ram, they all went back to their respective lokas. I'm using all of these words, loka also. Try to use those words. Loka means he went to his own realm, like that. All of them returning. Bandi Vesha Ved Taba Aaye Jaha Shri Ram. And then everybody in their own turn. The Vedas also, Tulsidashi describes, the Vedas also hymn the praises of Bhagavan Shri Ram. And last, if you see also in one of the stuti to Shri Ram by the Vedas, in one of the lines, they call Bhagavan Shri Ram Mukunda also. Mukunda, which name? Who you call? Krishna, isn't it? You see Tulsidashi has written. Bhagavan Ram also called Mukunda. So we should not feel that one name is reserved for Krishna only. This is, I don't know how to tell you the number now. So after number 12, there is a long stuti of the Vedas. The Vedas hymn, the Vedas sing to Bhagavan Shri Rama in Chanda form. So in the fourth Chanda last line, you will see Mukunda name for Bhagavan Ram. Vedas call Bhagavan as Mukunda, like that. And after the Vedas sang, they return to their, where they'll go? Brahmalok. Because Brahmaji holds the Vedas in his. And so they went back to, the Vedas also take incarnation. Then, Bhagavan Shiva, he doesn't like crowds, So he did not come there. Though that is his Ishta Devata who is being installed there, he did not come. He's always in Smashan. Smashan? Cremation site. Nobody comes there. Even if you tell somebody to go there, no, I'm not going there. So he goes there where there is nobody to bother him. He stays in that cold Vaikunt where nobody will go, like that. So here also he did not come. Everybody left. Then he came. So he sings this very wonderful, very famous stuti also now, Lord Shiva, after Bhagavan Shri Ram was coronated. Jai Ram Rama Ramanam Shamanam. I'm sure all of you will be knowing and you've heard it also. Let's see if I could just sing one or two of those lines. Tune is slipping out from my hair. When it comes back, I'll sing, But the reason why I was going to sing is at the end of the stuti, there is a prayer which Bhagavan Shiva says. And that prayer has become an actual prayer in Trinidad and Guyana more so. So those people who have come from Guyana, this is where the prayer comes from. I want to chant it for you. It is number 14, Ka, coming from the lips of Lord Shiva.
Chandra ji
All the devatas sang praises of Bhagwan Ram. The Vedas sang praises of Bhagwan Ram. Lord Shiva, in the last, he comes and everybody left. Lord Shiva sings this praise of Bhagwan Sri Ram, and at the end of his praise, there is this prayer, very, very famous prayer. Prabhu, bar 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 ma gau. Again and again, I beg of you this one boon. Bar 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 ma gau. Lord Shiva is begging Rama. One and Harashi Dehu Shri Rang. Prabhu, you please be happy and bless me with this boon. Now, what is the boon now? Next line said. Padasa roja anapayani bhagati. You let me have unflinching devotion to your lotus feet. But the next part of it is the most wonderful part. Bhagat sada satsang. But may I always have satsang. Lord Shiva always wants satsang. Let me have unflinching devotion to your feet, but let me have satsang. Sada means always. Somebody had asked Kabir Sahib, if you get chance to go to Vaikuntha, you will go. Kabir Sahib said, no, I will not go. But why? Everybody wants to go to Vaikuntha, you know. You will not go. No, why you will not go? You see, if you go there, that Bhagwan is there. He's reclining at that Ananta Sheshanaga. And that Lakshmi ji, she's pressing his feet. And that only two of them are there. That Kevat, he was a turtle in that Kshir Sagar, tried to touch his feet, and that Anant gave him one thappar and threw him. He also cannot go. Even turtle swimming, they cannot go. So there's no opportunity to have satsang there. I'll stay right here only. Nobody can go. So Kabir Sahib said, I'll stay here, because in this world, we can have satsang every day. And Lord Shiva is begging from Bhagwan Ram, Prabhu, let me have satsang. We chanted in the beginning. Because without satsang, binu satsang vivek, no hoy. This and please believe this, you will find yourself in whichever academic program, in whichever institution, an Ivy League university and wherever. If a person doesn't have satsang, this intellect blossoming into self-realization, buddhi grahya matindriyam, Bhagavan tells in the 6th chapter, that the buddhi is capable of intuiting that reality. But that buddhi can never do that. Vivek na hoi binu satsang. That will not happen. That will only happen in satsang. Therefore, Lord Shiva himself begs of Bhagwan Sri Ram, let me have satsang all the time. And Ram Katha, we'll hear Ram Katha only in satsang. We chanted in the beginning also. He said, Ram Katha ke te adhikari. This kind only it will come. He becomes fit to hear Ram Katha. Who? Jinke satsangati ati pyari. The one who loves satsang, only he becomes fit to hear Ram Katha, to hear his Ramayana. We become fit to hear Ramayana, to hear Ram Katha, only when we develop a love for satsang. So throughout this Tulsi Dasji's Ramayana, he praises satsang so much so that he puts it in the lips of Lord Shiva, begging Bhagwan Ram for satsang. In other words, when we have the opportunity, we should take a conscious sankalpa. अच्छा ठीक है, उधर बर्थडे पार्टी है और इधर सत्संग है. और हम लोग क्या फैसला करते? हाँ, बर्थडे. वहां जाके खूब पीते हैं, खूब खाते हैं और क्या नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग पिल्स. Oh, I overate. I have indigestion. This, that, whatever. And in satsang, oh, I move light years towards Bhagwan Ram. So we should consciously make that choice. Okay. All right. So this is Lord Shiva's prayer. I will stop here. You reflect on satsang. We will have arati and all of that. And tomorrow we'll continue with this. Okay.
Hari Om. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for another enjoying day. And we are so looking forward to tomorrow to continue with this. We'll now have an arti in 2 minutes. And when the thalis are ready, please, all the sponsors who are here, please come forward for the arti. Just like to make one little announcement. Our bookstore is open just around the left here. There is lots of books available for all ages, from 2-3-year-old children to teenagers to adults, and they are great for gift giving for birthdays, anniversary, and things like that. So please browse through. Our team is there. So I'm sure you'll find something that you will like. All right, please come forward, all the sponsors who are here.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकादि शेष अरु सारद बरनी पवन सुत कीरति
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश छो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनिजन धन संतन को सर्वस सार अंश सम्मत सब
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
आवत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुघत संभव मुनि ज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी काग भूषुंडी गरुड़ के
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी
दलन रोग भाव मूयनी तात मात सब विधि तुलसी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सो दशरथ अजीर बिहारी
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी की
बिनु सत संग विवेक न होई राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी
आरती
श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी
बड़े भाग्य मानुष तन पावा सुरदुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ गावा
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पी
साधु असाधु सदन सुख सारी सुमिरहि राम देहि रनगारी हे राम जय राम जय
जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुडध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलायतनो हरि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महा